Physics is a branch of science which deals with nature and natural physical phenomena. So, while defining physics, I used a word that is science. So, we should know also what do we mean by science and what is it. So, if I arise a question, what is science? The word science has been derived from Latin word scientia, which means to know or knowledge. So, you're going to know certain things around us. How is it? In which method you're going to learn or to acquire certain knowledge? It is by through measurements, experiments, or by research. So, with these methods, you will be knowing or you would acquire certain knowledge about our surrounding things which are happening. And also, science has been classified into three types, that is, physics, chemistry, biology. If I consider chemistry, it mainly deals with chemicals, obviously medicines, yes. And if I consider biology, it deals with the human beings, lives, living organisms, I can say, altogether, right? So if I consider what is physics, okay, so here already I have given you the definition for it. You're going to deal with nature and natural phenomena, right? Natural phenomena, how would you understand it in brief? Only when I teach you about the categories or the branches of physics, only then you can understand how physics is being or which will deal with nature. So, if I consider physics, that can also be defined as science of measurements. I had already told you how would you know things around us. It is by measurements. Measurements ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ನೀವು ಆ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟನ್ನ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗಿ ತರೋ ಆಗಿ ನೀವು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀರಾ. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಯು ಮೀನ್ ಬೈ physics. Now going to the categories. So physics is a very broad subject. It is studied under the following categories. So it has got some categories in it. So I can also say as branches. So as science has got physics, chemistry, biology, yes, physics also has got branches or categories within it. So, firstly, if I consider mechanics, so what exactly is mechanics? It says that it is orderly motion of objects in macroscopic world. Always one thing you have to remember in mechanics, that is you will be dealing with macroscopic objects, macro, which is visible to our naked eyes. ನಮ್ಮ ಕಣ್ಣಿಗೆ ಕಾಣುವಂಥದ್ದು. So if I consider any of the train, bus or something going, yes, I can see that it is visible to my naked eyes. So that is called as microscopic world. So in that, so whatever you see, how is it working? What is it? So these are the things you will be learning in mechanics. So and also I can say that mechanics deals with Newton's laws of motion and Newton's laws of gravitation. ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಇದನ್ನ. So if I consider Newton's laws of motion, you can see that how an object starts to move or how it moves, what kind of motion it has got. And not only about the motion you will be studying, you will also be studying about the forces responsible for the motion of the objects. So this is what you will be studying in your mechanics. So if I come to Newton's law of gravitation, I have told you, right? So it is about knowing about the gravitational forces. How if you throw a ball or any object up, and why does it come back to the surface of the earth? And not only about it, you will also be learning how the planets move around the sun. Why it just moves around the sun? Why can't it go far away? So there is a force of attraction between the planets and the sun. So this is what you will be learning under mechanics. So you can see here it studies the motion of particles, the propulsion of rocket by ejecting gases from it. So you will be learning about also about rockets, about the motion of particles. So these things are or which comes under mechanics. Next, going to the second category, it is thermodynamics. What is it? It is thermodynamics. So what is the speciality of this category? So it can say, or it says that it studies the change in internal energy, temperature, entropy of the system through the transfer of heat. The main thing you have to know about the thermodynamics is transfer of heat. So how heat has been transferred from which region to which region, from higher region to lower region, in that way. So for an example, if I consider, if I keep a cup of coffee in my table, so what would it happen? So from higher temperature to lower temperature, that is your coffee, the heat of it, the temperature of it starts reducing as long as you keep it on your table. Why is it? Because of the heat content within your coffee, what happens, goes to the surrounding. So yes, your coffee mug is hot and your surrounding is cool, cold, right? So higher temperature to lower temperature. So these are the things you will be studying, how the heat has been transferred. And not only that, you will also be studying about the thermometers. So these are the things you will be studying in thermodynamics. About the temperature, main thing about the temperature and heat, and entropy of the system and internal energy. Next, coming to the third category, that is electrodynamics. So, what exactly is electrodynamics? It deals with electric and magnetic phenomena associated with moving charged bodies. So, you should understand that. So, electric and magnetic fields are associated. So, electromagnetic fields, or I can say it is a radiation. It reduces certain radiations. So, which are classified in this way. So, it is gamma ray, X-ray, ultraviolet, visible, infrared, microwave, radio waves. So these are the radiations which you would get from electromagnetic waves. And studying about all these things comes under electrodynamics. So visible light, how it is split, or how you would get a radio wave, microwaves. And also you would study how your electric and magnetic fields are produced experimentally. So these are the things which comes under electrodynamics. Now, if I consider the optics, what is it? It deals with the study of light. It deals with what? It deals with the study of light. So, light, yes. So, how you would get a rainbow. You're getting my point? How your colors, a single color is split. If you use a prism, so how a single white light is split into seven colors. And also in the night times you might have seen that around the moon you can see different shades of colors. And why is it? It is called as diffraction. So these are the phenomenons you will be studying in the category called as optics. And the fifth category is quantum mechanics. It deals with the study of micro world of atoms. So concentrate here, it is micro world. So I had told you in mechanics, the first category, that is macro, right, which is which a person is able to see with his naked eyes. But here in quantum mechanics, you can see that it deals with micro world of atoms. That is, you will be learning, studying the physical properties of the nature of atoms. So a physical property in sense, its mass, weight, the size. Okay, so these are the properties you will be studying about atoms. In what, in which category? In quantum mechanics. So you can see the atoms and how they are, how they look, in what kind of shape they have got, the weight, size, all these things. So these things which all I mentioned, that is mass, weight, all these things are considered to be as physical properties. So these physical properties you will be learning in quantum mechanics. Now, going to the sixth category, that is astrophysics. So this is physics. It deals with the study of birth, life, and death of stars, planets, galaxies, and other objects in the universe. So what is that? Completely you will be studying in astrophysics is about planets, galaxies, and other objects in the universe. So these are the categories of physics. So hope you understood. So how physics deals with the nature, right? I told you from microparticles to macroparticles. ಒಂದು ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಇಂದ ಒಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ವರೆಗೆ you will keep on studying. So what is it? And you will be deriving certain derivations, getting into certain arriving into certain formulas, and giving certain expressions for it, uses, etc. Next, going to scope and excitement of physics. So what is the scope, or I can say what does physics deals with? So it deals with macroscopic world like galaxies. You can see galaxies here, universe, as well as microscopic world like nucleus of an atom, and fundamental particles like electron, protons, neutrons. So ಏನಾಗ್ತಿದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ universe ಇಂದ ಹಿಡಿದು atoms which you are not even able to see what are atoms. So those things you will be learning in physics. So as you continue to learn things, relate one thing to another thing, obviously you would learn physics, you will be very much thorough with the subject, and you will fall in love with physics. Now, considering, you can see the size of the universe is 10 to the power of 26 meters. So what is it? So if you are taking a cloth, you will measure it with 1 meter, 2 meters of cloth, right? So you may ask, I need 5 meters of cloth, that's all enough. But here, what is the size of the universe? It is 10 to the power of 26 meters. So what you're going to do, you're shifting your point one. After one, you're going to shift your points. So 26 zeros you're going to put next to this. So how much is it? Billion, trillion meters. So what is the size of the universe? It goes more than billion trillions of meters. So that much large is your universe. Right now, if I consider the nuclear size, that is your atom size. Okay, so what is it? It is 10 to the power of minus 15. In the sense, you're not going to shift your point in this way, not to your right side, but to your left side. That is less than 1. It is less than 1. You're getting my point? So when you shift towards your left hand side, it is less than 1. So it is very much less than 1 meter. That is 10 to the power of minus 15 meters. So less, so small, so that you are not able to see it by your naked eyes. What you cannot see, it is your nuclear size. And if I finished with the size of it, and going to the mass. ತೂಕ, ನಿಮ್ಮದು ಎಷ್ಟು ತೂಕ? What is your weight? So the mass of the universe is not one or two, or not a kg of a person that is up to the range of 100 kgs. Not. It is up to 10 to the power of 55 kgs. That is what you're going to do. You're shifting your point. You're getting my point? So it is 10 to the power of 55 kgs. So it is so heavy. And if I consider mass of an electron, if I consider an electron, which is a fundamental particle, a small particle, which is a part of an atom, ಒಂದು atom ನಾನು ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? So electron which is revolving around the orbit of the atom, so that one is called as what? Electron. And the mass of the electron is 10 to the power of minus 30 kg. So what is it? Minus 30, in the sense you're not going to shift it towards your right side. Not. You're going to shift it along your left hand side. So this is all for today, and hope you like the video. If you have liked the video, please do like, share, and please do not forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you.